I'm gonna give you to the count of 10 to get your ugly, yellow, no good keister off my property.
What I want to talk about today is the Home Alone reboot that'll be coming out next year for us for free on Disney Plus. I'm going to be breaking down this new Home Alone movie, telling you the cast, who your new Macaulay Culkin is, and the strange plot they decided to go with for this new movie. So be sure you guys leave a like down below and comment to me what you think of this news, or which was your favorite Home Alone. I know someone out there is going to pick Holiday Heist. There's always that one. So a really quick rundown, because some people still get confused why Disney is able to reboot Home Alone since this was a Fox property. Well, if you were living under a cave earlier this year, Disney went ahead and bought Fox Studios so they would have a whole bunch more properties to put on their Disney platform, Disney Plus. But along with that, the mouse has decided to put his hands in a bunch of different properties to reboot them in a family-friendly image for our entertainment on Disney Plus. Some of the movies they're working on in the background right now to bring to us: A Night at the Museum reboot, a reboot of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series, and the first one they decided to give us was the Home Alone reboot. So with that said, it was just announced yesterday who the cast would be for this new Home Alone movie, and I am absolutely thrilled with who they got as the new Macaulay Culkin. We have Archie Yates, who you might not recognize him, but he was in this year's Jojo Rabbit, one of my favorite films of this year. The kid was phenomenal and completely stole the show every time he was on screen. He comes off super lovable, funny, witty. This kid is perfect to carry a film on his own. Along with that, the villains of the film are going to be played by Ellie Kemper, who you might know from The Office, and Rob Delaney. These essentially will be your wet bandits, who are not bandits at all in this movie. The plot that they're actually using for this new Home Alone movie is a little strange to say the least, and is vastly different from all the other Home Alone movies that they've put out. First, I'll go ahead and read you what they're describing this new Home Alone kid to be. His name is Max in this movie. I'm really happy they didn't just call him Kevin again like they did in some of the other movies, even though this was clearly not Kevin. So it'll be a whole new identity, and it won't really be replicating what Macaulay Culkin's performance was. They describe him as an energetic, witty 9-year-old boy with a mischievous side. The kid is said to seem wise beyond his years and has the personality to easily converse with adults, but he also has this uncanny ability to relentlessly push their buttons. Not unlike Kevin McAllister from the original Home Alone, he still has a sense of innocence and a kind heart. This kid definitely is lovable. If you just see him in Jojo Rabbit, one sentence out of him, you're like, I wish that was my son. I want a son like that one day. But getting to the part that really got me, the plot for this movie, Disney is taking a slightly different direction by having a husband and wife go to war with a young boy named Max after he steals something from them. So this is in no way the formulaic Home Alone movie where kid is at home alone, evil people come to his house, the kid must protect his home from these evil people. From the way this sounds, it looks like the kid is the evil one. He steals something from this husband and wife, who I may add is not related at all to this kid. These are strangers, but they are a married couple with no children. And for some reason, this new Home Alone kid decides to steal something from them that will get that couple to come after the kid. It's a very different approach, but in my head, I can see how it's the kid ending up in a house alone and these parents trying to come in to get that item back from them. I do just wonder the reason or why this kid decided to steal this object from these people, because in some of the articles where they're talking about the adult characters that are essentially the villains, they do call them the villains. So whatever object they do have in this movie, they're not supposed to have it. This kid realizes that and takes it from them. In the third Home Alone movie that probably not a lot of people saw, but I did because I was tricked into thinking it was the real deal. Those were the Blockbuster day, guys. That movie had a similar plot. It was a kid who had this little microchip that the bad guys wanted inside one of his RC cars, and then they come after him to get it. So I guess it's not all that completely different. And then you pair that up with the director of this movie, who, let me go ahead and read you some of his past films that he's made. Dirty Grandpa, a writer on the movie Borat, Bruno, and mainly other raunchy adult content, all of a sudden jumps from that to a family-friendly Disney Home Alone movie. That kind of intrigues me because that means we're gonna get slight little adult jokes that they throw into these family movies. And the fact also that Macaulay Culkin flat out has said, "Hey Disney, call me." A Macaulay Culkin cameo would be amazing. He could essentially play the old man in the first Home Alone movie and be that sort of character for this new kid. I would jump out of my chair if I saw Macaulay Culkin cameo in this Home Alone movie. But I am very much looking forward to this thing because it's different. It's not following the exact same formula. I was afraid that some of these Disney movies would just feel like direct to DVD or some of the worser Netflix films on there. It looks like they're paying attention. They're getting a good cast. They're getting interesting writers and directors to helm this. I'm gonna applaud them for the weird direction and everything, and I will be tuning in day one come next year on Christmas because this thing has already started filming and we will get it by next year around the holiday season. But let me know what you guys think about this Home Alone reboot and what Disney has decided to do with it. Is there anything you would like them to do with the movie? Is there anything you'd like them to stay away from? Anything and everything, you guys go ahead and leave me your thoughts down below. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Film Review. As always, I'm Chris. Take care.